Welcome all of you, and today I would like to discuss the definite integration of type minus infinity to plus infinity. Function of x is multiplied by sine or cos function. That is the mixture of f of x and sin x, cos x, or whatever the combination. So let us take an example. Evaluate integration 0 to infinity cos mx by x square plus 1 dx. So you have to evaluate this. So from Cauchy's integration we can write this is the closed contour, and this function can be written in this type of integration. You have to consider the cos mx in terms of e to the power I mx, or you can better it right e to the power I mz by z square plus 1. Okay, and in other diagram this can be shown that the integration is from minus r to plus r, and this is the contour gamma, and the overall contour is c. This is the imaginary axis and this is the real one. So this can be further expanded as integration minus r to plus r e to the power I mz by z square plus 1 dz plus integration gamma e to the power I mz by z square plus 1 dz. So when r tends to infinity, gamma tends to 0. So this integration tends to 0. So we are getting only this part, minus r to plus r e to the power I mz by z square plus 1 into dz. Okay, so this gives the 2 pi I into sum of residue at upper plane. Okay, now we have to find the residue, and we can easily say that z equals to plus minus I are the two poles, and only z equals to plus I remains inside the upper plane. Only z equals to plus 1 remain inside the upper plane. So we have to find the residue at z equals to plus 1. So a of this at z equals to plus 1, limit z tends to I, z minus I by the function is there. So e to the power I mz by z plus I into z minus I. Okay, so z minus I and z minus I cancel out, and by putting this we can easily find out that 1 by 2I into e to the power minus I. Here I is there and 1 I is for z, so it is minus. Okay, minus m by 2I. So therefore the integration minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power I mz by z square plus 1, that is equals to 2 pi I into 1 by 2I e to the power minus m. Okay, so this gives pi e to the power minus m, but it is the real part, and here it is the mixture of real and imaginary. So integration minus infinity to plus infinity cos mx by z square plus 1 dx plus integration minus infinity to plus infinity sin mx by, it is x square plus 1 dx, there I is there, equals to pi e to the power minus 2. So by considering the real coefficient and imaginary coefficient from left and right hand side, we can easily find out that the sine part integration is 0 and the cos part integration is minus infinity to plus infinity cos of mx by x square plus 1 dx is equals to pi e to the power minus n. So we have to find 0 to infinity. So 2 is there. So 0 to infinity of cos of mx by x square plus 1 gives pi by 2 e to the power minus n. And if you have to evaluate integration 0 to infinity sin mx by x square plus 1, by considering the one problem, we are getting two solution of integration. Okay, one is cos and another is sin term. So sin mx by x square plus 1, whether it is minus infinity to plus infinity or 0 to infinity, both are equals to 0. So by considering one problem, in this case we are getting two solutions. One is for cos function, another is for sin function. Remember, in the mixture of this function, we have to substitute this cos or sin function in terms of e to the power. Okay. Now, in the next type of integration we are discussing, this is the most important one and it is different from the above three. That is special type. Poles lies on the real axis. If you can say, you can see that in the previous three integration, the poles are not on the real axis. Okay, so if the integration minus infinity to plus infinity sin x by x dx is given, it can be easily written as integration close integration c e to the power iz by z dz. Okay, so the poles is at z equals to 0, simple pole. You can easily see that z equals to 0 lies on the real axis. Okay, here. So we have to consider a circle of radius epsilon, and we have to consider another contour, this. So this can be going as like this. Okay, you can name it from minus epsilon to plus epsilon. This is plus r and this is minus r. Okay, and this contour is called as gamma. Better if we name it. Now this point is known as A, this is B, this is D, this is E, this point is F, this point is G. Okay, and this contour is called C prime, the overall contour. It is anti-clockwise. Remember, the contour is anti-clockwise for minus r to plus r, that is minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, so in this case, this can be written as minus r2 minus epsilon e to the power iz by z dz plus integration g. Here the point is g and here the point is a. So g to a e to the power iz by z dz. Okay, now from point A to B plus integration epsilon to r e to the power iz by z dz, and the last one is the contour gamma, or you can say B D E F, or you can write B D E F e to the power I z by z dz is to 0. So from this to this is 0. From this to this, we can write. Okay. Now by considering that r tends to infinity, this gives 0. So at r tends to infinity, gamma tends to 0. So this gonna be 0. And if epsilon, okay, we are considering the second condition later on. So at r tends to infinity, gamma tends to 0. So this integration gives integration minus r2 minus epsilon e to the power I z by z dz plus integration epsilon to r e to the power I z by z dz is equal to minus integration g to a e to the power I z by z dz. Okay, so this is 0, and we are considering this and this on the left hand side and this on the right hand side. So it is plus, so it can be negative. Okay. In the next condition, if epsilon tends to 0, if epsilon tends to 0, so we are shrinking the point towards the origin. So this above integration can be written as minus infinity to 0 e to the power I z by z dz plus integration 0 to infinity e to the power I z by z dz is equal to minus integration here from pi to 0, from pi to 0 e to the power I z by z dz. So by putting condition 1 and condition 2, we are getting this, and this can be further written as integration 0 to infinity e to the power I z minus e to the power minus I z by z dz is equal to integration 0 to pi, converting from 0 to pi, so the minuses cancel out, e to the power I z by z dz. Okay, and we are taking common as 2i, so 2i is there in the numerator. Okay, so we are getting the final integration is this, okay. Now this gives e to the power I z minus e to the power minus I z by 2i. This gives integration 0 to infinity sin z by z dz equals to integration e to the power I z by z dz 0 to pi. Now considering z equals to e to the epsilon e to the power I theta, so dz is equal to epsilon I e to the power I theta. Now putting this into this equation, on the right hand side we can say that is e to the power I into epsilon e to the power I theta is there, and for dz it is epsilon I e to the power I theta, epsilon I e to the power I theta, and for z it is epsilon e to the power I theta, epsilon e to the power I theta. integration 0 to pi dz. Now, as we considering that epsilon tends to 0, epsilon tends to 0, so this gives 1 and these are cancelling out, so I is there only. So I is there only, and integration 0 to pi dz, say d theta is d theta. So this gives I pi. So integration of this gives I pi. Okay. Therefore, integration 0 to infinity sin z by z, or you can write sin x by x dx is equal to pi by 2 is the desired value. Or for minus infinity to plus infinity, sin x by x gives the pi value. So these are the 4 types of definite integrals we can solve by using the residue theorem. Okay.